Hello, everyone. Happy On a Mission Day. I'm Emily May. Happy Tuesday. And
Hello.
Beta's here.
I
So
definitely thought
excited.
yesterday was Tuesday.
Oh no,
like a
it
certain
is Tuesday.
there is like some stuff that I usually post on a Tuesday and I made those posts yesterday and then was like, no.
Yeah, not yet, not yet. You know it's Tuesday when it's an On a Mission, On a Mission Day. Thank you so much for Front Row and for Thunder for filling in last week. I was under the weather. I'm still getting better, but I'm on my way to recovery. And so I appreciate you all giving me some time. But I'm excited because we have a jam-packed show today. We have 2 guests. Are you excited, Veda?
Yeah, and I should explain I'm like having some Wi-Fi troubles and laptop troubles. This is just me on my phone. Hopefully you'll be able to hear
Veta's
it
on the
okay.
road. She's doing her amazing thing on the road. So I appreciate her joining from afar. Thank you for everyone in the chat. We have Neil, we have Brian always joining and supporting, Tony, Trenda, hey, Trenda, one of our amazing co-hosts for our Thursday show. We have Front Row, Pepe. Did I miss anyone? Neil, Sammy, Matthew. I love it. Thank you all for the Mission Pro support.
Oh, and yeah, y'all, because I'm on my phone, I also can't see the chat. So if I miss any of your shout outs, I'm sorry. I know Emily will get it.
Everyone is shouting out to you, and Neil's happy to be here. And we're so excited because we have a jam-packed show. Guys, we're getting ready for True Colors, June 10th. We're like 3 weeks away. We're rolling through. And so we have a special guest, 2 special guests tonight. We have Sio Nieves is going to join us momentarily. And then we're going to have Ella J come in, and she's a fan of the show, fan of Mission Pro talent, and she's also a huge fan of women's wrestling. Wanted to bring up a few topics of the week and just kind of get to know her a little bit. So we're going to have 2 guests tonight. So I'm excited. And Trenda, yes, Trenda can't wait. I think I know that June 10th we'll be here before you know it. So remember, you guys, get your tickets at missionprowrestling.com because most of the matches have been announced. We have a few more coming out, but you don't want to miss it. You can watch it also on Title Match. And yes, Veda, you haven't seen this, but we're gonna Veda, you got a shout out.
Yeah,
Speedball is killing it at New Japan. So
yeah, finally lost for the first time yesterday, but I think that's
we won't bring that. We won't bring that up.
It was to Kushida.
Sorry, subject.
That's fine.
Seriously, so amazing, doing an amazing job. I love you guys are a couple goals right there, excelling in all that you do. But I think we should get our show started. Our special guest is waiting. So I'm so excited. We spoke to Sio Nieves in January when we were gearing up for Kickstart My Heart, and unfortunately she was unable to do that show. So really this is her Mission Pro debut happening in June. So I'm so excited to welcome Sio to On a Mission once again. Hi, Sio.
Oh, maybe muted.
You're muted, Sio, real quick.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
And technology, you know.
I know, technology. So, Sio, welcome back to On a Mission. I'm so excited to have you back. I know this is the first time you're meeting Veda, so here's Veda.
Hello.
How you doing?
So, we know that you are a software engineer extraordinaire. You are a huge Marvel fan. You are a wrestler. You tackle it all. And so what have you been up to? There's been some awesome movies coming out the last few months. You've been wrestling. What has your life been up to since we last spoke?
Honestly, I took a little break. I feel like I needed it. I've been traveling a lot, meditating a lot, I guess, working out, just easy stuff. So pretty much coming in to San Antonio for Mission Pro is going to be my comeback match kind of thing because I haven't done anything this whole year.
Oh my goodness. So this is Vanity was just on our show and she had like her re-debut at Mission Pro. Mm-hmm. And so are you saying that this is like your re-debut into the world of wrestling?
Pretty much. I haven't wrestled. Last time I wrestled was for AEW Dark. I think back in October of last year. I don't remember really, but it was at the end of last year. And then after that, I was like, you know, I want to take a little break. I just want to let my body recover. I was having some knee. I've always had knee issues, but one got worse than the other one, so I had to take a little break.
But you're always training though. You have CrossFit. You do CrossFit. You do a lot of that. You're always staying active, even though it's not necessarily wrestling.
Yeah, I have speaking of, I have a triathlon coming up like in 2 weeks. I think the week before Mission Pro, I have a triathlon. First time, so it's gonna be interesting.
Oh my goodness. So what has that training been like for you? Because I've done marathon training, and triathlons are a whole different beast.
I just started. Well, I run a lot. I usually do 5Ks. So this triathlon includes a quarter of a mile. It's kind of more of a sprint rather than a full triathlon. So it's a quarter of a mile swim, then 12 miles on the bike, and then a 5K. So it's supposed to take about an hour and a half, which I think I can do because I'm trained with 5Ks. I've done a lot of them, and I've been okay with the bike. I'm not the greatest. My balance is not the greatest, but I've been training with the bike. The swim is what's gonna cost me. I know that. I swim like a puppy, honestly. Like I don't know how to swim, so it's gonna be interesting. It's a challenge at the end of the day, so it's gotta be fun.
So what made you want to do a triathlon?
I've been bored, really. I'm tired of going to the gym. I'm tired of doing CrossFit. I'm tired of running. So I wanted to add something else. Like it's something with me. I get bored very easily. So I just look up for the next step. So I guess this was the next step.
So kind of on that same vein, now that you're coming back to pro wrestling, do you feel like you're coming back, like, is it new now, or what's your mindset?
It's the same, honestly. Like nothing has changed really. I'm just bored. That's it. That's the best way to describe it. I was tired of just the same thing, the routine over and over again. And I just wanted to disappear for a little bit and then kind of come back.
I feel like you have like this adventurous streak about you that you want to do new adventures, try new things, kind of live on the edge a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, when I was
that was the last show. So really, we're going from living on the edge to True Colors.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, a couple years,
or Edge of Glory, we did Edge of Glory. Similar.
That was a while ago.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I used to be very adventurous when I first graduated college, but now I kind of settled and I got bored. So I needed something. I needed the rush of doing something.
Yeah. Well, speaking of something that won't be boring and something that will definitely get fans like talking is your match for June 10th. And so if not everyone has seen this, Cio Nieves versus MJ Santana happening at True Colors on June 10th. And MJ Santana, she has been a regular at Mission Pro. We've talked a lot about her talent, you know, local Texas talent. And so, again, the anticipation of this match, lots of people are talking about it. So with this new kind of re-debut, this like refocus of wrestling for you, how does that feel seeing that match for June 10th?
I feel good. I feel confident. I don't think I have to worry about anything because that's just how I am. I just go with it. Again, I've been training. I changed my training a little bit. Been eating better, I think. So it's gonna be a surprise. I think it's not gonna be what people expect. It's gonna be a challenge for her. For me, I don't know. I can run.
Okay. So Walker Stewart's in the chat. Welcome, Walker. He's also has been on commentary for Mission Pro, and he just mentioned he just watched MJ Santana in an incredible match at Reality Wrestling in Texas City. Cio has some tough competition. So there you go. You got someone that's seen MJ up close and personal multiple times. Right there, saying,
"Has he watched me?" That's the question.
I don't know, Walker. Have you watched Cio? You're getting called out there.
Honestly, it's funny because a lot of people think I just come from nowhere, or I just came out of like nothing. I've been training for a while. I didn't just come out after 6 months of training and, oh, hey, I might just try it. No, I trained for years and years until I was okay. You're next, you're released kind of thing. That's what Devon Dudley will tell us. So I'm not just some person that found this website and started training. I have a background in a lot of things, and I don't know, I wanted to try this, and here I am. So
okay. I know that we talked in January last time about kind of who your wrestler that you just like absolutely kind of fall head over heels over for, right? And so this is kind of Trenda's question: is what female wrestler do you kind of mark out over, past or present?
Yeah. Lita, I have a funny story. So on top of all the nerd things that I do, I go to Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con every year since 2013, I think. So I think this is around 2018, I want to say. And I was just walking around the convention center and I see Lita just on some random table. And I started freaking out. I think I was with my brother at this time. Or I don't know who I was with, but I was with somebody and I just started freaking out. And I'm like, I want to go up there, but I also don't want to, because I don't want to mark out. Like, I don't want her to think that I'm just this weird girl that found me. So then I don't think about it. I just like, okay, you know what? Like, it's not going to be today. So we walk out. My brother and I walk out. As I'm walking out, Lita's behind me. So I start freaking out even more. And at that point, I was just like, can I just have a picture with you? And I took a picture. That's it. But I didn't tell her anything. This was way before I started training.
Sometimes you just are starstruck, right? I don't know, Veda, if you've had moments like that too, or anyone in the chat where you just are like completely like have no words for someone that you meet, wrestling or non-wrestling related. Definitely have been there. So Walker answered the question. Walker has seen Sio in in-ring competition before. Definitely knows she has what it takes to put the fight to Santana. Definitely won't be an easy battle. Love this confidence, though.
At your service, man.
All right, you're getting a shout out from Walker there. Trenda gave us a super chat. Thank you, Trenda, for the super chat. Okay. And that's a reminder, you guys. We do these weekly shows Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have our awesome super chat, and sponsorships are also open for wrestlers and matches. So if you see an amazing match that you want to sponsor, email missionprowrestling@gmail.com and sign up for that spot. Brent says, I have no problem about marking out. I'm kind of ridiculous. I think many of us have moments. Ron Burt, I can't see what that super sticker is.
Oh, see, I can't see either because I don't have the chat up today.
Oh no. Okay, let me check my phone. Because my computer for some reason doesn't show me what the
For me, it just shows it as like a little, like just a little icon.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Ron. A $4 super chat. We appreciate it. So Sio, I know, so you're heading into this match. What do you have to say to MJ Santana heading into this? Because she's been at Mission Pro. She obviously is a Texas favorite. Any words for her?
Just good luck. That's it. I don't think there's much to be said before we meet in the ring.
Okay. I mean, so previously
it's like intimidating.
It somehow. Is like,
despite not being like any words.
That's just how it is,
I don't know if you remember seeing, but she, so I think previously, Sio, you were supposed to go against Emmy Camacho, I believe, for Kickstart My Heart. And you programmed a little something. You used your software skills.
Yeah.
And that was the most intimidating thing I've ever seen. Where you lots of ones and zeros in order to intimidate your opponent. And so
all those ones and zeros, I don't think anybody actually translated that, but those are actually there's a meaning behind it. There's a message in it.
Okay. But, are you going to have some more ones and zeros for MJ Santana coming down the line?
Once the hoodie goes on, it's just all ones and zeros in my head, really.
Okay. See, that makes me so nervous.
It's not fun just looking at zeros and ones sometimes. It's a little boring and like really and annoying because you want to focus and all you're saying is 1 and 0. But yeah, no, that message, there is a message behind that. So, I mean, if anybody wants to go back and look at it, screenshot it, and then you can probably find a translator, because I don't expect anybody to actually know how to do it by hand. Unless you're an engineer or something. Like, I will expect you to know, because then I'll be very sad if you don't.
Pepe saying you're the Matrix.
Sure. It's funny. I don't believe in the Matrix at all. I don't know, like, really.
I love that. Okay, so thank you. So I looked, Ron, you sent us a cup of coffee. I appreciate it. So that was the $4 cup of coffee in the super chat. It's a Neil saying it's a Dunkin' coffee. We do like Dunkin' Donuts over here. We appreciate it. We always need some caffeine here at Mission Pro. And yeah, that's awesome. So like you're getting back into it. CEO is not Neo, or is Neo? All right, Davis, I got some Matrix references happening.
It took me a bit, you know. It took me.
Yeah, I was like, wait. So you also are a huge Marvel fan. We've talked about that, and we got to get an update on your toy collection. You got some new Legos. You also have your Iron Man mask, which I think everyone in the chat wants to see again.
Man, I gotta look for that. I don't even know if it has batteries.
If it's not close by, that's fine. But it was super.
I gotta see if it has batteries. I don't know, honestly.
So what kind of fun toys are you that you've gotten recently? Because I know we chatted in January, so you might have gotten some new ones for the new year.
I got a lot. I got a lot of Legos, for like way too many. What else I got? I got a new Star Wars helmet, Clone Trooper. I don't know if you guys are into Star Wars too. But
I mean, we do have a lot of Star Wars fans in the chat. And do you celebrate May 4th?
Of course. Of course. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I got to know in the chat everyone's favorite Star Wars movie, because there's a lot, and Star Wars character.
I mean, everybody knows it's Empire Strikes Back, but if you give me
if anyone says anything differently, we can,
I'll just pretend I
didn't. They'd be wrong.
They'd be wrong.
But they would not be correct.
So you go to Comic-Cons. Have you dressed up like a stormtrooper or anyone else?
No, I go, but I go and look, kind of thing. Like I get into it, but I'm not good enough to dress up, really, and I'm too shy for it, and it's too hot. It's middle of July, 90 degrees, zero humidity. It's awful. I don't know how those people cosplay, but I can't.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a lot, and like it takes like months to build all of make everything or collect everything.
Yeah.
MV Rodriguez is even more hyped for this match now. So if you guys are hyped for this match, CEO versus MJ Santana, get those tickets. And VIP seats. We have front row, second row, and those are like, you get in on the action. If you chat with anyone in the chat or anyone that's been at Mission Pro shows, you definitely get like you're in the zone. Like if you were at SeaWorld or any other, like, you're getting in the zone. So you never know. You might get to sit next to Men's Revolution. You might get to, Roche might do your hair. Who knows? Things happen.
I hope she does mine though.
Oh, someone said Tony Justice had a great idea. You need to bedazzle the Stormtrooper helmet.
Like a Shockmaster helmet?
I could put like some pink on it. I don't know. I have a lot to spare. I have like 4. Oh no. I have 4 Stormtroopers. I'm counting all of them. I have 4.
4? Oh my god. Okay, now you have a faction now. You have like a faction of Stormtroopers.
I have like the whole army, really. Yeah, and I'm waiting for another one. I just pre-ordered one like 2 days ago. So I am running out of space on my walls now, because this is technically my office. But yeah, it's just a bunch of Star Wars and nerd stuff in here.
I love how you're like nerd stuff.
Yeah, I mean, don't tell me it's not. I know I am. I know what I am. I know what I am.
Yeah, Tony says you have to bedazzle at least one. So
I'll try. I'll get the machine, the little gun thing.
And then R.A. Davis says favorite movie Rogue One, favorite character Chewbacca. Extra credit, own 2 lightsabers. One I built and customized myself.
I own 3.
All right, Davis, I need a customized lightsaber.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm waiting for that too, because appointments are just hard to get, and sometimes I just don't have time for it. But hoping to do that. I have 3 lightsabers right here, and 2 Lego ones. So I have a lot of stuff.
That's amazing. MV Rodriguez said, "Front row is fun until Men's Revolution sits next to you, but we got bougie last time." That's true. Bougie Reality was in the audience a lot. That's true. So that's what I love about Mission Pro shows. You get everyone involved. The fans are like in it. They're part of the show. If you go back and rewatch it, there's so many fan shots of. We had for Genocide's entrance last show. We had 6 kids come out and they were part of the entrance, and that was such a big moment for them. They loved it. They wore their little Genocide shirts. And so that's what I like love, is that it's such an interactive experience at a live Mission Pro show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you never know. Oh, so I am excited for June 10th. CO, are you? We're gonna get you some Texas snacks.
Oh, I love it. I've been to Texas a couple times.
I know we're foodies, so we're definitely gonna get you some Texas snacks.
I want barbecue.
Hello?
That's all I want.
Sorry.
Yeah, Vita.
Hello.
We can hear you.
I think my AirPods are not working right now.
Oh no.
Technology again.
Technology, you guys.
Technology.
It's part of. Oh no. Okay.
Part of life now.
Part of life. I showcased. Front row said he showcased his lightsaber on Unmatched 2 weeks ago. Check the replay. There you go. So on our YouTube Mission Pro channel, it was May 4th, so you can go check out that. And Front Row and Trenda, they host that on Thursdays, and that's a great way to look at what's upcoming at Mission Pro shows, as well as talk women's wrestling. So
I'll take a look at that lightsaber.
Yeah,
I'm looking at mine right now, and I'm like,
you gotta bring it.
You grab it and turn it on.
You should bring it for True Colors, right?
I don't know if we can fly with it. Actually, gotta find out.
You might have to check it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that though.
Have it with me.
All right. Well, thank you, Sia, so much for jumping on. Is there any last words? I know you gave a short and sweet answer, but any last words for MJ Santana before you see her in the ring on June 10th?
Just watch out, because as we mentioned today, I'm coming back from my comeback, so I'm training hard and I'm just waiting for this, just to show my moment, and I'm not just gonna let her step on it.
Ooh.
All right.
And then imagine some ones and zeros around here.
Ones and zeros. Translate that into ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, CO. We will get that message to MJ Santana. Sometimes she hops in the chat, so she will definitely see this at some point, and we'll get her response.
I'll expect a message from her.
All right, we'll make sure we'll get that to you. Thank you, CO. And where can people follow you, real quick?
So on Instagram, I am at CO Nieves, and I am the same thing on Twitter, I think.
Yeah.
If not on my just look CO, and you'll see.
It's easy. It pops up. We also tagged her on everything, so you can go find her that way.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you, CO. Have a great evening, and we're going to bring on our next guest.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, CO.
Bye.
All right. Okay. CO's super intimidating, and I'm very nervous for what will happen on June 10th. For sure. All right. Well, I'm excited because we're going to move on to our next segment. And I wanted to try something a little bit new because there's so many amazing hosts and journalists across the wrestling sphere. And we have so much to talk about, fans of Mission Pro. So I'm excited to welcome our next guest, Ella J. And she is a friend of the show. We've worked with her before. And she is a host of SE Scoops, a wrestling gal, WrestleZone, women's wrestling talk. And I want to bring her on to just kind of talk about a few women's wrestling topics for the week for a few minutes. And we can have a quick discussion. I want to hear her thoughts on True Colors, and because I know that she kind of sees what we're doing here at Mission Pro And yeah, I just wanted to try to get some new guests on. So I'm excited to welcome her on. So welcome, Ella J.
What's up?
Hi.
What's up?
Long time no see, Veda.
Hello.
I know. You guys just saw each other.
I know. That's why I said it. How are you guys?
Good. I think
Good.
Veda's still on the road. I think we're having. Can you hear us, Veda?
Can you hear me? Yeah, no, I
Yes.
can. It
Okay.
sounded like my thing was doing that, like where it goes like, but I think it was the right one and the left one's still going.
Okay, we'll try to get it all done with the one.
My
AirPod.
earbuds, they didn't charge. I thought they were charging on my flight, and they didn't charge at all. They like got knocked out of the thing, and then my laptop isn't connecting to the Wi-Fi currently, so I'm just on my phone. But it's fine.
Sometimes it'd be like that. We get it.
You know, you can't. Like I'm going between water and cough drops, muting, so we're good.
Yeah.
We're having a moment tonight. It's okay. But Ella J, welcome. I'm so excited you were able to hop on. I think the last time you were on
It was a year ago.
was like more than a year ago, I think.
Yeah, a little over a year ago because me and Alyssa had come on. It's when when Kylan was defending the CCW.
Yes, we had our crossover
Yeah, I think
show.
that was like February or March of last year. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun crossover show. I know I was trying to get everyone on, but you know, you guys are all so busy and you all worked together recently. So I just wanted to bring you on and kind of talk about a few topics, related to the women's wrestling sphere. And we do this on Thursdays as well. Trenda and Front Row host a whole women's wrestling discussion. But I just felt like Ella, it's been a while, so I wanted to have you hop on, especially as we're leading into True Colors.
Yeah.
So I know you had some fun topics that we just wanted to bring up, and so everyone, Front Row, everyone in the chat, give Ella a big welcome, a second welcome. Yeah. So Ella, tell us a little bit about who you are, and then what kind of topics you wanted to bring up, or we can dive into Mission Pro.
I mean, I'm fine with whatever. What's funny, so I didn't realize that Veda was hosting tonight, and one of the topics you just did commentary for, I didn't even realize this. The Queen of Indies, that was one. That show seemed very huge. I was so excited. I talked with a couple of the girls heading into that. Obviously, Masha Slamovich, is the Queen of Indies
Masha.
now. There was a few familiar faces there from Texas, Gigi Ray, and I know Promise Braxton made it onto the card after the Marvelous tryout I saw. So that was really cool to kind of see some Mission Pro kind of Texas people kind of ingrained in that show as well.
And Gigi Ray is like our half in the Money Birds.
Yeah.
And they have this huge 4-way tag match happening on the June 10th show. For True Colors.
I'm so excited for that. Obviously Bougie Reality's been champs for over a year now. It was actually a year 2 days ago, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, the 14th of May. It's been a year.
Yeah. But I think the Money Birds are slowly kind of getting their way. They've been teaming together. Obviously, the last show seemed to be a disqualification kind of thing going on between the Money Birds and Bougie Reality. So I'm excited to see them in kind of a 4-way capacity. I think we might be seeing some new tag champs. But obviously, I mean, it's True Colors. It is a fatal 4-way. There's gold on the line. I'm sure we'll be seeing some True Colors pop out there. Emily.
I mean, Ella J already giving her predictions. We haven't even done our predictions.
We usually do the predictions the week before the show.
Like, we usually do it a week before the show. And Ella J's just throwing it out there. Dennis also says so we have Danny B and Charity, also the Queen Bees in this tag team match, and Danny B is going to give her opponents their True Colors to wear at True Colors, which will be black and blue. I like that. I like that a lot. And Ron, there's a lot of Moneybird fans, and I do have to say that we talked about it at the recap show last time, that the Moneybirds, Gigi and Ladybird, they really showed that they were number one contenders, that they were championship material by this past show and what they've done the last few months. And so it really has been just incredible to see them grow. So I'm excited. I'm I'm nervous for this match, but again, it's not our prediction show. But I'm glad you're excited because it means outside people are excited for this match, and I like that. I like that.
I'm definitely excited for it. Sorry for getting off topic, but I'm excited for that match in particular, and I know we'll kind of save the predictions for the future. Will we see some true? I think we're going to, especially when there's championships on the line. You know, some people might do whatever it takes, depending. So
people get vicious. I mean, people get vicious when gold is on the line. We've seen it, right? And Veda, I know that you've seen it on the indies. This past weekend, you all worked together. We're gonna see it in the future. There's definitely some
we should probably talk about Queen of Indies. It was a tournament in San Francisco. And the promotions that collaborated to put it on, West Coast Pro Wrestling Revolution, they're both NorCal promotions, and then they also worked with Marvelous, which is Chigusa Nagayo's promotion out in Japan. And West Coast Pro and Marvelous have entered into this arrangement now where talent is going to be going back and forth. There's we have had Sandra Moon announced to be heading to Marvelous sometime soon in the future, but they also conducted, like you mentioned, there was a 2-day seminar and a tryout. And it was supposed to just be one. I think it was supposed to be 2 people were selected from the tryout.
I think it was 4 though.
There were so many standouts. They ended up picking 4. So that's 4 people who are going to be sent to Japan to train and wrestle with Marvelous, and Gigi Ray and Promise Braxton were among them. So that was really cool.
I know. I saw that, and I mean, that's been a dream of Gigi's ever since I first interviewed her when she first had her tryout at Mission Pro. That was one of her biggest things that she mentioned to me was like, I want to travel to Japan and travel the world. And so when I saw that happen this weekend, I was over the moon, and we're going to talk to her in the next few weeks about all that. But I was so just over the moon for her.
And then the actual Queen of Indies tournament, it's up now on IWTV if you didn't get to catch it live. But the tournament has a slightly different format than your normal tournament, same as the King of Indies tournament, where the opening round was 4 one-on-one matches. Then the 4 winners of those matches, they got combined into 2 tag teams who fought each other. Then the winning team had to split up again, and they fought each other in our main event. So it was 3 matches to win, but 3 very, very different types of matches. It was super exciting. And there was also 3 bonus matches on the show as well. So, I mean, it's a pretty packed event.
Yeah, from what I saw too, there was obviously Nicole Savoy coming out of retirement too was another huge thing. She says one night only, but I mean, we'll see. I'm hoping
she is advertised for the next West Coast Pro show, I believe.
Okay.
So she told me 2, but I'm trying for
a little
more.
inside scoop there.
Yeah. I'm excited. The event seemed, there's just, again, it kind of combines, there was reps from Mexico, Japan, the United States, just imagine, Queen of Indies is so encompassing. So, I mean, hopefully we get to do it again. This was the inaugural Queen of Indies show. So hopefully they get to do it again next year. I loved it. They combined a lot of different places, and all in one place was really cool to see.
Definitely
that's awesome.
And
I'm glad that you all got to work together and killing it as always. That's awesome. I love to see, all these shows kind of paving the way for more women in the industry, behind the scenes as well as in the ring and on the mic. So Ella, I think the next topic we wanted to bring up was, which might get talked about on Thursday as well for Mission Pro Unmatched, but I know you wanted to bring up, and since Veda and I are also very familiar, we wanted to bring up the upcoming New Japan Pro Wrestling Resurgence show this weekend, and we are having a historic match where they are going to crown the inaugural champion. The New Japan Strong Women's Championship Tournament will happen this weekend, and so this is a really big deal. And so how, from kind of the sphere of women's wrestling, how significant is this I mean, I'm feeling the weight of it and how important this is.
Will you be there? Because you've been to the last few shows.
I am there. I am there. I will be there.
I know Veda recently did. We were talking about it last time I talked to you, Veda. Obviously, doing commentary for New Japan recently. That's you two have been killing it. So I'm especially excited for this match too. Like Emily was kind of alluding to, this is, New Japan is still in the early stages of kind of building and getting its women's division kind of off of the ground. So for this, it's kind of like an international title. It seems like it's going to be kind of like an international title, kind of reserved for the United States, it seems, because it's in New Japan Strong. It's being taken place in California. It kind of seems like it's going to be an international title and kind of tie in the LA dojo that they have. So and it's taking place in California. So we have representatives from Japan, Mexico, and the United States. And I mean, we have AEW in there as well. Stardom, AAA, Mercedes Moné is obviously New Japan Stardom as well. So I'm excited for this. I don't know what's going to happen because the rumor mill is that Mercedes' contract is up at this event, so it could go really any way, and that's kind of the thrill of it all.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thrill here is that, like you said, there's such an international draw here that even though this is for a strong title in the United States, it has international appeal and it has the chance to be global. And so it's a really exciting. I'm so happy for the participants who are involved. Veda's still trying to figure out her technology. But I know that we were chatting, Ella, and I know, Veda, you're familiar with kind of what's happening at New Japan. So I think it's just such a special time for women in the industry, and we have to keep kind of pushing this forward, whether we're doing shows at Mission Pro or across the indies or in the professional sphere. But it's really exciting. So I don't know, Veda, if you had thoughts on this.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. I mean, it's hard for me to bet against Willow in anything.
I love Willow. So and Willow is a Mission Pro favorite too. She
so I'm very excited for Willow, but I mean, regardless, I think it's such a critical step in a direction that we want to go. And I'm super pumped for that. Of course, we also have the IWGP Women's Championship as well. So those are two championships for women that are directly associated and under the New Japan umbrella, in addition to any future collaborations with Stardom. So I think that's great.
Yeah, it's really going to be. So I just I know there's tons of wrestling out there and we all can choose what we watch. So I would definitely recommend watching that this weekend if you can, or watch it at the replay, because it really is going to be a big moment for all of those women involved.
Definitely agree too. There's a lot of stakes here, and I'm interested to see kind of who steps up after this. And it's a 4-woman tournament, but these are 4 of the hardest hitting women in there. So I could go any way, like I said.
Yeah, and I think of this also. I think this. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't read into it, but I think it also may lead into some maybe some Forbidden Door moments in the next month or so.
That's Forbidden Door is, I mean,
about a month away.
Are we talking about Forbidden Door, or just in general?
Well, it could be both. Forbidden Door, like meaning it's breaking down the barriers of other companies, but also a larger event coming. But again, don't read into that.
Okay. Wink, wink.
I know everyone's like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. You're good. Everyone in the chat is talking about boss disdains. And you guys, we're talking about women's wrestling, not boss disdains. So focus. Focus, everyone in the chat.
And I can't see the chat today, so I can't.
Yeah, no, literally, they just keep talking about Brent says loving some Joshi, but they're talking about boss disdains like constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, someone give us a super chat, so like a happy super chat, so we don't talk about him anymore. So Ella, you got a question real quick. What's your dream women's Joshi match you would like to see?
Oh, like between Joshi and American, or just Joshi in general? Oh man.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know it. I don't know if they've faced off before. I'm sure they might have, but Julia and Jamie Hayter. I don't know if they faced off while Julia.
They would not have. The timeline wouldn't add up.
Yeah, because
I don't
Jamie
think.
was around 2019, 2020.
Yeah, and
going to
Julia was
there.
still an Ice Ribbon.
That's what I thought. Okay. So, I mean, that would be one that I would like to see because those two have been kind of really uprising in both of their respective kind of divisions for Stardom and then obviously AEW. So, I don't know.
Interesting. Veda, do you have any dream? I know you've been to Japan. Do you have any, like, some dream Joshi matches you would want to pair
right
together
now,
that you haven't seen?
I would love to see. I'm really excited that Sari is back competing in Japan. She just had her big return match against Chihiro Hashimoto. So I am excited to see her go up against this more current generation of wrestlers. There's a lot of younger girls who have, made some really big strides while Sari was in America. And she's always been one of my favorite wrestlers and people. So I'm excited to see her against potentially some people. She's freelancing right now, so we'll see.
Oh, someone said that's your dream. That's their dream match. And Tony, I've always wanted to visit Japan. That's true. That's a lot of people's dreams, right there. And it's cool that Gigi gets to do that. Half of the money birds.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this was so amazing, Ella. I'm so happy that you got to hop on. Do you want to let everyone know kind of what you're up to, where they can follow you? But before we do that, do you have some more thoughts on True Colors? And we've had some incredible matches announced on our social media. We have Genocide versus Jasmine. And I feel like this is like the legacy match, like the MPW originals, right, are really just like finally have led to this culmination, right?
Yeah, and Genocide's been holding the fort down. I mean, defeating like Janai Kai, Hyon, I believe, recently too. She's had some pretty stiff opponents there, and Jasmine, granted her reign wasn't long, but she's still a former MPW champion, and I feel like she's got a scrappiness to her. I mean, we're not getting into predictions, but I think kind of that scrappiness is something to kind of watch throughout this match. I think maybe some people might see Jasmine as the underdog going into this. But we'll see what happens. But also there's the number one contender match between Tiffany and Emmy. So that is something to watch out for as well.
Yeah, that is true. If you all have not followed Mission Pro socials, you'll see that the Tiffany and Emmy had a confrontation recently, and there's a lot of speculation about like what that's going to lead to, and it's obviously leading to this really big number one contender match that everyone's talking about. And they use the Emmy era hashtag all over social media. There's a lot of, I feel like it's a split. We're not going to get into predictions or anything like that. That's a few weeks from now, but there is definitely some split split fans, and that's definitely going to be a brutal one to watch for sure. And then since you are such an expert on women's wrestling, we have had a lot of shenanigans happen at Mission Pro lately with the Men's Revolution, JP Harlow, Joey Hyder, Boss Baines, who you have seen people just like bringing up his name in this chat. And there's been a lot of talk about them just like really kind of taking over the women's presence here at Mission Pro, and there's a lot of people trying to stand up to that. And so as someone that is in the field of women's wrestling and having our voices heard, have you been watching all that unfold? And you can see that even in the chat.
I've been seeing some integration. I feel like wrestling is not this kind of standard thing. I feel like it's not just, it's blending things together. Wrestling used to be one thing or another. They didn't really like kind of merge together. So I think I have been liking the kind of blend that we've seen, obviously Mission Pro has kind of been an all women's thing coming on, but I like the integration of being, more open to everything because there's so many different personalities and different identities in wrestling. So, I mean, boo the Men's Revolution, says Neil.
Yes. Thank you, Neil. Finally.
Super chat.
Super chat. Boo. Men's Revolution.
Funny.
I love it. You guys, if we can start booing, Boss Disdains, we got to get some more super chat.
That's
Boss
funny.
Disdains.
That's funny. But obviously, they're there for a reason. You wouldn't book them for a reason, The men's revolution kind of invading an all women show is kind of a cool thing that we don't see a lot of, So I think it's kind of setting not a new standard, but it's a new kind of thing that we haven't seen a lot of. So I kind of like seeing that unfold.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely setting a standard here at Mission Pro Wrestling of all the talent we bring in. John says genocide is a machine. That is true.
Oh yeah, she's the bionic.
She is the bionic beast. So yes, she is a machine in many levels.
Yeah.
Ladies Pro Wrestling makes the world go round. That is true. So thank you, Ella, so much for all of your insight. I think we might have to bring you back for our prediction show because I think you might have some insights here.
Yeah.
So I think that would be fun. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Ella, where can people follow you on social media?
The easiest way would be where I'm most active, which is on Twitter at It's Ella J. If you go to the link in my bio there, all my links to all my podcasts and projects are all in one convenient place.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ella, for hopping on. Thank you all for everyone in the chat. The chat was hopping tonight, so I appreciate it. You guys are all the best with those super chats. You can follow Veda. I think Twitter is her best platform.
Yep.
And you can see all of her projects and all of her work there. Remember, get those tickets to missionprowrestling.com. True Colors, June 10th. You can watch us on Title Match. And remember, sponsorships are open. So we have wrestler sponsorships. We have match sponsorships. If you just heard from CO, so if you want to sponsor her, she's available. And we appreciate everyone's support for Mission Pro Wrestling. And thank you all so much.
Ooh.
Thank you, Ella. Thank you, Veda. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Follow Mission Pro on all socials. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.